What up, what up, what's up? Of course, it's me, your boy Richie Rich, back at it again at Consumers Price Report. Shooting another awesome video, cause that's what we do. Appreciate you guys always checking out the channel. Alright, so now we're gonna talk about the functions and the features aspect of this video. We're talking about a 30-inch wall oven KitchenAid with a microwave. Alright, so the microwave has a convection and the oven has a convection. Alright, so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to give you the functions, we're going to give you the parts, we're going to give you your warranty, we're going to give you the pricing and how much the joint costs. And yeah, it's going to cost you some bread. I'm telling you that now. Get that wallet out. Alright, and then of course we're going to give you our overall review of what we think of this joint, because that's what we do here. Alright, so bear with your boys. Let's get it done. Let's get it. Alright, so now we're going to be looking at this video describing the actual functions and the features. Alright, man, they got some nice functions and features already that we're going to talk about and we're going to discuss. So we're going to let the video rock and roll so you'll be able to see it as well. It is a stainless steel unit, microwave, convection, 30-inch. This is the 500 series, alright, when you're dealing with this particular unit. So you can actually see the control panel. You can see everything there. We always start with the control panel, so you got to know how to interact with the appliance. Alright, so on the left hand side, this deals with the actual microwave. Alright, so right now we have the cook time. So the cook time is where you allow your microwave to select the time that you want it to cook. Yes, we know, it is obvious. Then of course you have your cook power. Alright, so it starts off with 10 being 100%, 9 being 90%, and 8 being 80%, 7 70%, and so on and so on. So you can cook at different levels or different amount of temperature setting that you want your food to cook at, depending on what type of food you're going to put in it. Alright, so let's go into that a little bit. If you want to put it on 10, you're talking about quick heating, convenience foods such as soups, beverages, and most vegetables. Alright, so that's the stuff that you probably cook at 10. Alright, let's look at something that's medium or 50. What would you want to cook on that? You have your ham or whole poultry, simmering stew or pot roast, dealing with that type of stuff as well. That's what you actually cook that on. But all that is also going to be located in the owner's manual as well, so you can use that as you would like. Alright, so that's cool there. So let's dive into some of the stuff. You got popcorn. A lot of us love eating popcorn. Alright, so in order to use this, of course you want to use it according to the instruction that's given by the manufacturer, so you know exactly what it is that you're dealing with. Alright, so it says for popcorn, pop only one bag at a time. We already know that, but I'm just letting you guys know just in case. If you don't know, pop only one popcorn at once. That's it. Alright, and then of course you have recommended sizes that you can use for the microwave as well. You have your 3.5 ounce, you have a 3 ounce, and you also have a 1.75 ounce bag. So it all depends on the bag size. You can actually select that option so that you are able to use the microwave properly and your microwave popcorn will come out awesome. That's what it's all about. You also have your defrost and your reheat, soft melt, easy convection, steam cook, and a crisp. Alright, so we also have that as well. Your defrost, depending on what it is that you defrost, you have different weight and cold levels that you can actually use. It goes from 1 to 6. 1, you're dealing with poultry. 2, you're dealing with meats. 3 is fish. 4 is like bread. 5 is juices, and then you have your 6, which is manual, whatever it is that you want to set it on. Alright, so that's good there. Reheat, it's up to you if you want what you want to reheat. Alright, you also have a code for reheating, meaning different numbers that you can use depending on what it is that you want to reheat. Alright, 1 you can say is for, it says number 1 is for 8 to 16 ounces. So it all depends on the quantity that you're actually using as well. You do have the options for number 1, which is meals. You know, let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes if you want to reheat, stuff like that. You have soups that you can do at number 5, depending on you using 1 to 4 cups as well. So you can actually be specific in what it is that you're really trying to heat up, depending on you know, how you want to use the microwave as well. So that's why I kind of like the way these appliances are being made, You're real specific in what it is that you're putting in there, man. So you want to make sure it heats up properly, and you want to use it accordingly as well, man. So just keep that in mind. All right, so that's cool there. Let's see what else we got. We got soft melt. This is the function and the feature that I really like. All right, so let's look at it real quick. I'm gonna read that so you can actually see that. All right, so it says soft melt functions may be used to soften or melt your food. Times and cooking powers have been preset for a number of food types. Alright, so if you want to do the soften or the melt, you got butter, you got margarine, you got ice cream, you got cream cheese, and of course you have your different codes for 1, 2, 3, 4, and you also have quantity as well. Alright, so I'm a kind of guy that loves doing ice cream in the microwave. Sometimes it could be a little bit too, you want to soften the ice cream stuff a little bit. So you can use either the soften or you can use the melt, depending on whatever setting that you want to use. According to the softening chart, it's saying that number 3 is for ice cream. Alright, so that's cool. If you want to melt something, if you want to melt butter, if you want to melt chocolate, if you want to melt cheese or marshmallows, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you can actually use as far as the code. And again, you also have the quantity, 1.5 sticks, 2 sticks if you're doing butter and all that type of stuff. Ounces, 8 to 16 ounces if you're doing cheese. So it's all up to you. Like I said, this joint is pretty cool, pretty tight. I kind of like that joint. Alright, easy convection. That's the convection part of the joint that you can actually turn on the easy convection. Alright, so it says e-convection cooking. Use the convection element, the broil element, and the fan. So that's what it is when it means convection. Alright, hot air is circulated throughout the oven cavity by the fan. That constantly moving air surrounds the food to heat the outer portion quickly. Alright, so that's good there. So you'll be able to do that as well. One of the things I wanted to really focus on is just the temperature of the keypads that is set. It says for the, so this is the easy convection. You can set the temperatures between 170 and 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can actually really bake some stuff inside the oven. So don't get it twisted. It's not just a regular microwave. Like, you can really bake some stuff in here, as long as it's able to fit, depending on the ounces and the size. But you can put the thing up to about 450 degrees. That's really good right there. All right, so just keep that in mind when you're doing that. So you can do multiple things at the same time. All right, so that's pretty cool. I like that. You also have your steam cook. That's the steam cook that deals with the pan. So you can put that in a little pan and steam stuff off. It says the steam cook. All right, so let me go and read that real quick. The steam cook is a sentient cooking function that uses microwaves to steam food. Always use steamer vessel. So you're gonna get the steamer vessel, right? Because it shows you on the video. I'm assuming that you're gonna get it, but you could ask, but it should be in there. Steamer vessel is use the steamer vessel when you're using the microwave to steam stuff up. Alright, and they also have a chart depending on what it is that you're trying to steam. Potatoes, frozen vegetables, fresh vegetables. You got the code like we discussed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can steam shrimp in here. That's what it says at number 5, between 5 and 10 ounces. It's all up to you. I'm not a shrimp guy. I don't eat shrimp at all. But it's up to you. If you want to eat some shrimp, you can put it on number 5 as far as the code. Put the quantity in and just steam the fish, the shrimps there. Now, you might be liking that joint. That might be good. Alright, so they do have a crisper as well. Alright, so we're going to show you a quick little video just showing you what the crisper is, but we're going to talk about it first so you can get into that joint. It says the crisper script features uses the broil element and microwaves to crisp and brown foods. Crisps can be used to subdue meats and vegetables, pan-free bacon and eggs, and to crisp and brown pizza and french fries. Alright, so you can use that as well as a great setting that you can use. And I was going to show you this quick little video so you can actually see that too, man. Check this out.
Get consistently delicious results with Even Heat True Convection. Its unique bow tie design and convection fan ensure the inside of the oven is heated to the perfect temperature. So the meatball in the corner gets cooked as perfectly as the ones in the center. We combined a 900-watt microwave and a 1600-watt convection element to increase the speed of cooking and give you a second convection option, allowing you to make more in the microwave than ever before. Crisp Wave microwave technology allows convection cooking, grilling, and frying in the microwave. Use our innovative crisper pan to pan fry, crisp, and even beautifully browned foods. The sturdy Satin Glide rollout extension racks with easy grip handle will ensure an exceptionally smooth transition from the oven to entertaining. Now you can cook with twice the versatility and enjoy even more inspiration with our combination wall oven. This is how KitchenAid cooks.
Alright, so now we're going to focus on the lower oven of this video, right? So we're going to talk about the bake, we're going to talk about broil. Of course, that's your standard cooking settings that you can use, the bake and the broil. You also have a proof setting. You have convection bake, you got convection broil, you got convection roast. And of course, you got your cook time and stop time as well that you can actually use. So we're just going to pick out a couple of these models that you see here. Again, the convection is nothing but the convection oven that circulates a fan that distributes hot air as the heating elements are on, and it allows it to spin and circulate air while it is heating up. So that allows it to cook a lot faster, allows it to cook a lot better when you're actually using the convection as well. Alright, convection roast, we can talk about that. Convection roast can be used for roasting meats and poultry. Alright, during the convection roasting, the broil, convect, and clean bake elements will cycle on and off in intervals to maintain oven temperature while the fan circulates the hot air. Alright, so that's good for us to recognize there. Alright, so that's it. Of course, your broilers when you're using the broil element, and bake when you're using the bake element as well. You can also proof bread here as well. Proof breading prepares dough for baking by activating the yeast. Proof twice is recommended unless the recipe directs otherwise. Alright, so that's what that is there for, of course. Then you have your digital display that you can see here as well, that allows the time to come up. You also have your numbers that you select from when you're doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to either set the clock or set the oven temperature that you desire. It also controls the microwave as well. You can see the turntable. Let me go back to that real quick. You can see where it says turntable on and off. You also have your self clean as well. Depending on the functions and the features that you have on here, you can do the self clean. Your clock has tools on it that you can use as well, right? I had a customer the other day that actually had this particular unit, and with the settings, when you hit that settings, you can set your clock. You can also do the Fahrenheit. You can turn the sounds off. You could calibrate your oven temperature where it says clock / tools. You can select the language, and they didn't know that they had the oven set on Celsius, and they was wondering why it never got to 350. But that happens all the time. Trust me, you'll be shocked and surprised how many times that happens, but it does. Alright, so you do have that function there. Of course, we got the door. This is inside of the microwave that we're actually looking at. You can see that from the side there. You have your door switches, and that's if you look up top right here, that's where the convection is, so you can see that as well. Then of course you have your tray there that you can use. You have specific trays if you're going to do convection baking or your standard microwave. You got to use the proper one. Alright, so of course we just talked about the coil that you can actually see here on this joint, on this image. Alright, so now we're going to go into the oven. So of course you see the blue, and that's one of the great things about this KitchenAid. I know for sure LG started this first. They started putting this unique color inside of the actual oven, and that's what catches a lot of people's attention. From you can see it because it's different. Once something is different, it catches your attention and be like, man, I kind of like that joint. That's pretty slick. Alright, and of course you have your oven racks that you can see there as well, that you can actually pull out so you'll be able to cook. And this is where the convection fan is when you turn it on for your convection bake or your convection roast or your standard convection. This fan actually circulates the air, so that's what you see there. Alright, so that's cool. And we already talked about the racks, but I just missed the element there, so I don't want to. Well, I'm gonna just let it rock and go with it. Alright, just go with whatever comes. Alright, so then of course we got the rack. You can pull the racks out, and this is the interior of the unit on the side. As you can see, the grooves that's inside of there, that's the rack positions that you can actually use to put different foods on different settings depending on what it is that you like. And of course you have the light that you see there, the LED light, so you got to be careful when replacing those as well. But then you got your convection there on both sides, and I don't want to miss the meat probe. The meat probe sits here. I'm hoping I got a better video, so that's where you stick the meat in so that you can actually cook the interior of the meat. Alright, so that temperature is going to be a little bit, it's going to be different from the outside surface when you're trying to cook something at 350. In order for you to cook it on the inside, it doesn't have to heat all the way up to 350. Alright, so you can see that as well. So I'm hoping you guys got a better picture that time. I just let that joint roll and try to pause it for you so you can actually see that joint. So that's where you stick that joint in so you can see that. Alright, so that's cool there. Then of course we got the racks here, and your heating element is hidden, something that you can't see. Of course we got the broiler up top there. Now we're gonna come down. Your bake element is hidden and it's beneath it. Again, when you're doing that, it's best for that to happen because it heats the base or the cavity of the oven a lot better rather than sitting up on top of it. So that's what they're actually doing that for. Alright, so I think that's pretty cool. I like it. So of course you got the door, you can see the window, see yourself in the window. You gotta be super careful. You can always take the doors off as well. That's gonna be in the description that you can see that if you need to do that to clean it off. Be careful with doing that. Alright, so this is the joint, man. The expensive 4,000. I said I was gonna say that in every video. That joint costs a lot of bread. Alright, so this is the KitchenAid microwave functions and the features part of this joint. So I'm hoping that we was able to help you guys, and again, all this stuff is going to be in the description that you'll be able to see all the information that you need. Alright, cool, and then we're going to go to the next step in this joint. Alright, so now we're going to focus on the actual price, right? How much is this appliance going to cost you? There's 30-inch KitchenAid wall oven with the microwave. It's going to cost you some bread. That's all I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? So let's dive into it and see how much it's going to really cost you. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so looking at the Home Depot website, that's the site that we start off with initially on this one. It's about, for the black stainless steel, you're looking at about $3,999. Alright, so you're looking at roughly about $4 grand for this appliance. Yeah, yeah, $4 grand. So if you decide that you like it that much after the video, again, it's up to you if you want to purchase it or not. Alright, so right now it's about $4 grand. Let's go into another color. Let's go into standard stainless steel. So your regular stainless steel that we're all accustomed to, you're looking at $38.99. Still roughly about $4 grand. You're probably saving a couple $100, and that's about it. Your standard white is the same price as your stainless steel. So it's all up to you depending on the color that you like. That makes a difference in the pricing as well. And you also want to check for different options that you might have. There's times that the prices may change depending on the time and day that you actually go to purchase some of these appliances. That would also help as well. So you can ask if you have any special sales or any special discounts that they can actually offer outside of what is on the sticker or outside of what is online as well. Alright, you can always do financing if you like. Again, I don't know what's in your pocket, man, so it's all up to you. Whatever you want to do, it's all up to you how you want to spend your money. But right now, depending on the price of it, you can spend up to $650 per month for the next 6 months to finance this wall oven with the microwave for $650 per month for the next 6 months. Alright, so it's all up to you. You apply for a Home Depot consumer card, so you can actually see that as well and pause the actual video. Alright, so let's go to another site. Let's go to Best Buy. Best Buy price is just about the same, right? For the KitchenAid wall oven with the microwave, and this is the 500 series. So they have different series that you can buy, a 900 or 500. But for this particular unit, stainless steel is about $38.99. All right. But the difference is they're offering a 18-month financing for $216.67. So that sounds a little bit more reasonable, a little bit better, depending on your financial situation. All right, let's go to white. The white is the same exact price, $38.99. So you're roughly spending about $4 grand, and that's about it. Black stainless steel. Let's see what it got. Well, this is a standard black. This is just a standard black. So if you get a standard black, it's $38.99. So between the standard stainless steel that we're accustomed to, the white, and you're talking about a regular black, it's not really costing you anything in difference in the price. But when you go to the black stainless steel, it's $100 more, so it's $39.99. All right, so that's on Best Buy. Again, but you can always do financing if you would like. It's all up to you. All right, so let's go to another site. Let's go to Lowe's. Well, Lowe's have the standard stainless steel for $38.99. All right, no difference there in price. For the white, it's the same exact thing, $38.99. All right, so there's no difference in pricing there. Let's go to the black. The standard black, you're looking at, come on, stop being a pain in the butt. Let's see what they got. They switched me over for a little bit. Sometimes the lows can be a little bit difficult. Alright, so let's get it. So the lows is $38.99 if you're gonna deal with a black. So let's do with the black stainless steel. If that's cheaper, no, $39.99. So that's roughly how much you're gonna pay as far as the price for this unit right now. For the last 3 sites, we're talking about Home Depot, we talking about Best Buy. Now we're on Lowe's, and that's how much you're gonna really pay as far as the price for this actual unit. All right, the financing is different. You can pay $63 a month, and that's for 84 months financing. It's a long time. Okay, good luck with that. 84 divided by you do the math, you'll figure it out. It's gonna be a little minute. It's gonna be a while for you to pay it off if you're gonna do $63 a month. All right, so it's all up to you. But roughly you're talking about $4 grand. All right, so let's get on the KitchenAid website. KitchenAid website, as you can see, the 500 series here, it is a $38.99, no difference, and the only color that they have, from looking at it, it is the stainless steel. They don't have any other color. It's all sold out, out of stock. So roughly you're talking about $38.99. And that's one of the things you want to look into as well. When you decide that you like a particular appliance, you want to make sure that it's available in your area, that you can actually purchase it before you actually fall in love with it, because it does happen. All right, so cool. But outside of that, you're looking at roughly about $4 grand for this appliance. Man, if your pocket is that deep, congratulations to you. Nothing but love and success. All right, so we're going to check out the next portion of the video. All right, cool. Peace. All right, so now we're gonna focus on parts. All right, so how much the parts are gonna cost you. You didn't have this appliance home. The manufacturer warranty has worn out. The 5-year joint, the 10-year joint, the standard 1-year manufacturer warranty is all gone. So now you gotta pay out of pocket, man. You gotta spend some cash, man. You gotta make it rain, man. Let me get some of that money. That's what KitchenAid is saying. All right, so how are you gonna actually, how much is it gonna cost you if you decide that you wanna get this joint done, all right? So let's look at it for a second and see what we got. In this 500 series, you have different series that you can actually have. You have a 01, 00, 07, 06, 02, 4, 8, 11, 5, 9. All right, so depending on what is it that you have, if there's no series or no 0001, the closest to it is 00, so that's the one that we'll go with. Right, so this can allow you to figure out what series that you have, because each series is different, right? Because each appliance might be different as far as in color, right? Some of the parts are going to be similar, and a lot of the parts are going to be the same, but it depends on the color that you have, and different series might be a little bit different from others. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, so let's dive into some of this part stuff, man. So let's talk about the control panels and the control board. These are the more expensive parts. When you're dealing with controls, that's what operates everything. So that's what's gonna cost you a lot of bread. All right, so let's look at this real quick. We got the number 2. Number 2 is the actual control panel, right? So this is the touch screen that's good for about, that's within the 2 to 5 years, and you just won't have to pay for that part. Let's see how much that part is. Right now, let's look at that joint. Woo! $367.95. That's for the touch pad or the control panel, and this is the one in black. All right, so if you have the black one, you're looking at $367. Right? If you're spending like $4 grand, I'm gonna keep saying it through the whole video. $4 grand, right? $367.95 is not bad. All right, so that's about reasonable for a control board, depending on how many options that you have, how many different things you can do all at once. If it got the remote start, if it's connected to the Wi-Fi. When you start doing that type of stuff, it's gonna cost you some bread. So you gotta really think about that as well. All right, so you're looking at $367.95 for the black control panel if you have to pay for it out of pocket. And this is where we're gonna factor in labor as well. So if I round this up, this is about $400 plus. If a company come out and they charge $150, so that's $550 for you to replace the actual control panel if it's out of warranty. See what I'm saying? It's gonna cost you some bread. You're gonna pay for it because it's cheaper to spend $500 than to spend another $4 grand, unless you got it like that. But either way, it still doesn't really make sense. Let's go ahead and get it fixed. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I had to put it out there. Some people are living wonderful and great, big time. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's go to something else. See what we got. The control board, unless they got a different color in the panel. Let's see. Number 2. Yeah. So, all right. So we can do this real quick. Let's do this real quick. There's different colors. So the white one alone, the white panel is $539.99. That's how much the white one costs. So I'm rounding it out to about 600, almost 7, just for the panel being in white. And then you got to factor in labor. So you're almost spending almost 800 to 900, depending on the markup on the part. If you decide to get the part yourself, again, this is just estimate, no markup and nothing like that. The service company got to order it themselves. You're looking at about 600 to 700 for the part alone. Then you got to factor in labor, 150. You know what I mean? So you paying like 800-900 for this joint. I'm just telling you off top. You know what I mean? So that's how much that joint is. All right, let's look at another panel, because I'm glad I stopped to look at that real quick, because I was just like, all right, 300 ain't too bad, 400. Yeah. For the other panel, there's different colors. You have 2A, which is the white one. You have 2B, which is $345, and then you have 2C, depending on the color that you get, that's $349. So you guys can actually see this on the video yourself, right? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see that. So on average, you're going to probably spend $300 to almost $600 for the panels, depending on the color that you get. All right. So just a roundabout figure so that we can understand it. Let's look at the control board. The control board prop, $329. So if you happen to need a control board, it's $329. So looking at over $300. All right, for that joint alone. If that was to short out, burn up, not functioning properly, unit completely dead. So there's different ways you can actually look at that. All right, so that's how much that joint is, man, depending on the color. You have your wall oven cooling fan. Let me see if this is the smart cooling fan. They have cooling fans that has a micro board that's sitting on there, that when it operates and runs, it dictates the speed of it, and it communicates with the control board. So if that is taking place, you're gonna have to spend some money for it, because if that fan goes out, it shuts your whole oven down that you can't really use it. I know that happens to a Frigidaire wall oven, and they also operate with the GE one as well. So they're dealing with that issue as well with that they create these smart things, man, more computers, more boards to monitor how things are operated when they're not working properly or the speeds might be off. Even if it's not clogged and it's spinning, but it's not spinning at the rate that it needs to, man, you got an error code and it shuts the whole thing down. So if you're having a party, I pray that it don't happen around Thanksgiving and all them holidays that we like to eat good food at and have family over, because it happens. All right, so let's look at internal as far as the microwave. We can look at the heating element here. Everything else is like a cosmetics with the pans and the steamer trays. That's little stuff there, right? So that's stuff that you guys can probably get yourself. So let's look at, we don't need to look at the tray, but you can actually see it yourself. So I'm gonna go directly to number 10, which is your heating element for the convection microwave. So right now the heating element is $183.56. All right, so roughly rounding it up about $200. So 200 plus the price of labor, 150 possibly. Because I say possibly because if you're looking at just a standard technician to come out to repair that, they're probably gonna have to pull the whole entire unit out, and the unit might be too heavy for just one person. So there's companies that actually charge you a helper fee for them to have a second technician to come out to help them pull the unit out to reinstall the unit. So you might pay 60 or 70 bucks for the helper. So just to say you got to pay for the helper, which is 70, you got to pay for the labor, which is 150. That's already 200 or something bucks, and you're paying for a part that's 200 or something bucks, right? So you're looking at $400 to $500 already off the top just to repair the heating element in the microwave if your convection part is not working and it burns out. See? They can be pretty. They can get up there. All right, but everything else on that, man, we don't really need to get into it. You can actually see it, and again, you can pause the video. I'm just gonna scroll it so that you guys can see that information real quick. because I don't want to be tied down on a lot of these little stuff that you can actually see and you can get for yourself. All right, let's look at the door, the oven door, right? Man, how much is oven door gonna cost you? So the oven doors don't come as an assembly. On certain appliances, you can buy an assembly. I know it's on a Samsung video. If you want to check that out, that's something that we actually did there. You can actually buy the door as an assembly. On this one, you really can't. So you gotta piece by piece purchase whatever it is that you actually need. So you can actually see the video. I'm zooming in so you can see that depending on what it is that you need. If the glass is broken, that's number one. That's the glass when you open the door and you're looking down, inner glass door, that's the one. And it says middle glass in here, so we're just gonna go with that. So that's $119 for the middle glass. If you happen to need the middle glass, it comes as what that is an assembly there, and you just purchase that joint, and you're good. Yeah, ain't too much there. You know what I mean? That's pretty straightforward. All right, so that's cool. Let's see what else they might have. Outside of just like door hinges, your door hinge is $30.49. You normally replace both door hinges, right? You don't really replace one because one is damaged. You replace both because normally when you purchase the unit where you have to replace one of the door hinges, the other one is just as old as the one that you got to replace. So you might have just replaced both of them. It's $30.49. That's cool. So if you're looking at the wall oven door liner, that's $131.32. That's number 5. Let's see if we're able to see that. Actually, I can just click on it. I don't mind clicking on it even though I gotta restart it for some reason. That's the liner. Alright, so when you open the door, that's just the liner. How much is for the liner? $131.32. You don't really have to worry about the liner. They don't really go bad like that, right? So that I don't even really like focusing on parts that doesn't really go bad like that. But the glass do break though. So that's one thing. And the door hinges does wear out. You have your wall oven here. Stainless steel, black. That's the front panel, right? The outer panel. That's $351 for the outer panel. $351.75. Man, over 400 bucks. I'm gonna call it over 400. They're gonna charge you over 400 for that thing. You also have the wall oven for the microwave door. That's $318. Man, and they have the wall oven door panel for the stainless. So that's $239. So as you can see, the price is also different when we're looking at the actual product that you have to buy, along with you purchasing individual parts because it matches up with a certain color. That's gonna change the price as well when you're looking for certain parts. So you want to keep that in mind. The stainless steel one, wall oven door is $351 with the black stainless steel, and the standard stainless steel is $239, saving well over $100 less. Your wall oven for the door outer panel, this is $474.98. Whew, $500 or $600, man, that is high, bro. That is high. All right, so we're gonna probably leave it at that because that's everything there. That's mostly just the door product, and then you have the wall oven door glass. The inner glass is $119.91, so I don't want to skip that at all. So that's cool there. We can rock with that. But as you can see, man, these prices are not cheap at all. Not cheap at all, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright? But you did buy a appliance that's like $4 grand, so you know. That's what you did. You got it like that big time. Alright, let's look at the microwave door parts. Microwave door parts. Normally I like to order a microwave door as an assembly because it's just easier that way. It's already put together. But on this one, it might be a little bit different because it's like a countertop microwave. So in order for you to get access to it, you gotta really take it apart. All right, so we're gonna look at number 6 and number 3 to figure out how much that door is gonna cost for the microwave. All right, so let's see. All right, so you got the wall oven microwave door, and that's black. It's $146.26. That's number 6. If it's white, which is 6A, it's $143.73. Then you got 6B, which is the door assembly. So it might be the stainless steel one, depending on where it is, or different color. That's $153.41. All right, so the black stainless steel, and then you have the black stainless steel. That's $281.79. All right, so The black stainless steel 281.79 is higher than the white, the black, and then you have your stainless steel right there. All right. So different colors, different prices. As you can see, it's going to cost you more depending on the color that you have for those particular parts, because they got to cost you to make that color. They gonna tax you. They are gonna tax you. All right, let's see what else could normally go bad on here. All right, let's see what we got. So we have our oven, our wall oven door hinge receiver, $27.92. That wears down sometimes. That's where the actual hinges hook inside of the oven. So that's that there. You can see that. So again, we can show you pictures of that joint so you can see that joint. No problem. Or you can watch this joint. Look at that. Alright, I'm going to the wrong thing. Give me 1 second. Let's go. Alright, then you have your wall door lock assembly, right? This is the lock that latches when you want to do self-clean so that the oven door can lock. That's $98.15. Alright, so that's cool there. Your light, $41.94. Your wall oven door gasket, that's $52.74. Right, so you see these prices here. I'm hoping you guys can see that because I'm zooming a little bit more. So you can see that sensor probe is no longer available depending on which one it is. Your high limit thermostat normally shorts out and burn out. This is connected to either on the inside portion on the top of the beneath the microwave and right on top of the oven, or it's inserted in the back, so it reacts off the temperature. So it normally happens when you're self-cleaning, because self-clean reaches up to 1,000 degrees. So when it's that high, or the temperature is so high, it actually trips the fuse or blows the high limit thermostat so that it doesn't damage anything else. It's just like a safety, that's all. Alright, so you have your wall oven vent, lower vent, that's $52.62. Again, depending on the color, you see the price here, $65.65 for one, $49.53 for one, and $53.97 depending on which color you get. Alright, so we've been talking about that a lot. The color makes a huge difference in how much you pay for these parts, as you can see. I'm just being honest. Alright, I don't see anything else mostly on here. Alright, jack probe, that's for the probe that you insert the meat probe in. That jack alone is $83.72. It might cost you some in labor because the tech might have to pull the whole unit down to get to it. So again, when you're dealing with extra work like that, it's going to cost you some bread. Alright, so again, you can always pause these videos as well so you can see that. Alright, let's see what it says. Internal oven. You got your convection, which is number 9, your heating element, which is 1, and do you have a bake element? You got a bake element number 7. So let's look at that real quick. Alright, so your broiler element, not that expensive, $59.76. That's real cheap, to be honest. And that's for the broiler. Your rack, I mean, you can buy that, put that in yourself, $52.23. And you can always shop around. Don't always just look at these websites that we're on. You can shop around. The bake element for this unit is $60.03. That's good. That's really good for a bake element. That's real cheap, really cheap. The convection fan assembly is $81.31 as well, so you can see that. Not that expensive. The heating element you have here for the convection is $113.96. Hope you can see that. The convection fan is $35.48. So you can get the assembly or just the fan itself. Is all up to you. I normally would just get the assembly. It's just a lot easier, a lot cheaper. You have your oven rack that's adjusted right here. That's $106.75. Right, so you can see that as well. But yeah, man. Okay, you know, we can move on to the next one for real. Let me see if there's anything else that we might have missed. Oh yeah, the magnetron tube for the microwave. Alright, so your microwave control board is 14061. This is your power board that activates your microwave. We can just zoom in that so people can see that real quick. So that's the power board there. Alright, so 14061. They're giving you 29% off. And you're usually $197. So either way, it's like $200. It's over $200 for a technician to come out. Just letting you know that off top. Alright, so let's get back to that page real quick. Alright, you got your microwave thermostat, that's $29.55. That sometimes go bad. Heating element here is 4573 at your need right there. Microwave power control board, that's number 7. Let me see what's the difference. All right, so that's like the noise filter board there. That's different. Let me see, make sure I got the right joint. Yep, 183.39, got that joint. You got your transformer, that's 171.31. Transformers don't really go bad like that, man, so those are really decent parts. Alright, your fuse blows sometimes. Your magnetron tube saying no longer available, but you can always search around on different sites. Right, this is the part that allows your microwave to heat up. Not allowing me to click on it, but I understand. Your microwave humidity sensor, that's 3429. Your range oven light bulb, that's 1873. So you got a couple joints there that you can actually pay for. Your turntable motor that allows it to turn, that's 4918. That's good there. Yeah, everything else is good. Your assembly, your fan motor, 7939. Wall oven microwave door hinge, 2314. And you also have an inverter board here that replaces a couple parts and is graded in one. That's 180.98. Right, if you need that board. Like I said, when you're dealing with control boards, they're gonna be really expensive, man. Your blower assembly that circulates air inside the microwave so it can cool down is 8044. You have that there. So mostly that's about, you know, we're wrapping down right now, man, as far as the parts for this joint. Alright, so this is the parts portion of this video, man. I'm hoping that we were able to help you as far as the parts, because you have to understand it's not how much you pay for it as well. You got to be able to maintain it. You got to be able to, when it breaks down, you got to call the service company to come out. And we're trying to help you to make it easier for you so you know exactly how much you're going to pay for this joint. Alright, so we're going to focus on the next thing at hand, and we out of here on this joint. So let's keep it moving. Alright, so now we're going to focus on the warranty aspect of this KitchenAid wall oven with a microwave. Alright, what are some of the manufacturer warranty that you get with this unit? Seeing that you got to spend so much daggone money for it, let's see how that works. Alright, so let's get into this. So we got the KitchenAid built-in oven with the microwave, limited warranty. Some of the things that we can look at, it says if you need service, you have numbers that you can actually call to contact KitchenAid directly, whether you're in the US or whether you're in Canada. It's all up to you. You can give them a call there. It has a 1-800 number, so I don't have to read that. You can actually see it on the video or pause it if you like. Alright, so let's go into this joint real quick. So it says the first year limited warranty, parts and labor. Alright, so let me go and read that for a second so we can dive into that real quick. So it says for 1 year from the date of purchase, when this major appliance is installed, operated and maintained according to instructions attached or furnished with the product, KitchenAid brand of Whirlpool Corporation or Whirlpool Canada, LP, hereafter KitchenAid, will pay for factory specified replacement parts and repair labor to correct defects in materials and workmanship that existed with this major appliance was purchased, or as it is solemn discretion, replace the product. In the event of product replacement, your product will be warranted for remaining term of the original unit's warranty period. Alright, so that is what they're saying for the standard 1 year manufacturer warranty, parts and labor due to defects in materials or workmanship. So you have to think about that as well. And if they have to replace it, your warranty does not start over. They're going to start it from the original product that you buy. So if there's an issue where it's a lemon and it's 11 months for it, you had it already and they had to replace it, then your warranty is not starting over. You only got a month warranty on that joint. Alright, so just keep that in mind as you read these things so that you'll be able to know what's going on, what's covered and what's not, so you won't be shocked or surprised. Alright, so they have a 2nd through the 5th year limited warranty on certain components, parts only, labor not included. Alright, so let's dive into that. It says in the 2nd through the 5th year from the date of original purchase, when this major appliance is installed, operated, and maintained according to the instructions attached to or furnished with the product, KitchenAid will pay for the defects in materials or workmanship in these parts that prevent function of this major appliance that existed with this major appliance was purchased. This is limited 5-year warranty on the below named parts only and does not include repair labor. Alright, so let's focus on those parts alone. Electric elements, that's the element inside of the oven. There's also an electric element inside the microwave too, so it's the same name, so you might be able to have that element covered. And it says solid state touch control system parts. Touchpad, right? That's what normally the touch control is, right? The touchpad that you register when you want to hit the numbers, or you want to hit a specific setting or cycle, power level. That particular interface is covered for 5 years. So that's good. I mean, you're spending $4 grand. I'm gonna keep saying that throughout this whole video. $4 grand for this joint, and you better give me some extra. Shoot, I ain't playing with you. All right, so now you also have a 2nd through the 10-year warranty, limited warranty on the microwave ovens only. So this is pertaining just to the microwave. So let's read that for a second and dive into that. In the 2nd through the 10 years from the date of original purchase, when this major appliance is installed, operated, and maintained according to instructions attached to or furnished with the product, KitchenAid will pay for the factory specified parts for the stainless steel oven cavity inner door if the part rushed through due to defects in materials or workmanship. So they're talking about rust too as well, so you want to keep that in mind. That's just for the microwave. Alright, so that's cool. 2nd through the 10-year warranty, a limited warranty for microwave oven parts. Alright, so it's talking about the stainless steel oven cavity, so that's inside the cavity. Inner door, of course, that's the inner door. And it says if the part rushed through due to defects in materials and workmanship. Alright, so that's what they're covering. And of course, on the right hand side of this, you can actually see some of the stuff that they're actually not covering. Alright, so there's a lot of the stuff are basic information that we're going to tell you over and over again, so that you'll be able to understand what's taking place, what's covered, and what is not covered. Alright, so you can pause that and look at that for yourself, and all that information is going to be in the description. So it's up to you if you want to look at that joint, and I suggest you look at it just to get more information so you know exactly what's taking place. And if you have any questions, just let us know. We'll answer them for you. No problem at all. Alright, so of course this is the warranty portion of it. You got a standard 1-year manufacturer warranty, which is pretty cool. Then you have the 2nd through the 5th year warranty on certain parts. Then you also have the 2nd through the 10-year warranty, and this is only pertaining to your microwave. Alright, so they got a couple stuff on here that you can actually choose from. Alright, so that's not too bad. Alright, so now we're going to focus on the next thing in hand, apart for this actual video. Alright, so now we're going to focus on our overall review of what we think of this joint. Alright, so let's get it. Alright, so we can actually start off with the pricing. As far as the price, this joint, what we discussed in the pricing portion of this video, you can actually check that out. It's about $4 grand, and we think that's extremely high. That's way too high for this joint, because you're not getting much with it. Alright, so as far as the grade for the price of this joint, we're going to give it a 2. And one of the main reasons why we're going to give it a 2 is because we're able to find a Samsung wall oven with a microwave 30-inch that's just as compatible, and it's like $1,000 cheaper. So I would have went with a Samsung because it's offering more as well. You can actually see that, and you can actually connect with this link if you would prefer the Samsung one over this. We do, as far as the price so far. But yeah, I wouldn't buy this for $4 grand. It's way too high, way too high. I'd probably spend, right now it seems roughly no more than 35. No more than 35. If it's higher than that, I'm out. That's not even worth that, Joe. Alright, let's talk about the warranty. The warranty, we really like the warranty. Of course, you have your standard manufacturer 1-year warranty. It also have a 5-year warranty on the element and on the actual control panel. I like that joint, or the touch panel that you actually have as well. That's pretty good. And it also has a 10-year warranty just on the microwave alone, as far as the parts, the oven cavity that you can actually get replaced because of rust or defect, and also the inner door also as well. You can get that. So I like that. So again, it has a standard 1-year parts and labor, and it also has a 5-year parts, all right, no labor, because I wanted to make sure I say that. And then of course you have the 10-year parts for the cavity of the microwave alone. So as far as the warranty, we're gonna give it a 5 because they give you some useful warranty coverage as far as certain extended parts that typically goes bad. All right, let's focus on the parts. Parts are pretty reasonable for the most common parts, like the heating elements, the door elements. If your door glass is broken and stuff like that, you can repair that. As far as the microwave, those parts seem to be reasonable as far as pricing as well. So as far as the parts, we're going to give it an actual 4. All right, so we're going to give it 4 because the parts outside of the control board, or no, really the touchpad, because of the color that you get, one of them is $500. That's just if you purchase the part yourself, no markup. Depending on the color that you have, it could be pretty expensive. All right, so just keep that in mind when you're dealing with this appliance. If you want to replace those parts, they can cost you some bread. All right, so let's now go into the functions. All right, so as far as the function, it has a crisper, so that's like an air fryer. I kind of like that feature there. That's not bad. You also have a convection in the inside of the oven and inside of the microwave as well, so you can bake in both of those appliances at the same time. Sound like a song somebody wrote, at the same. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Cool. Outside of that, right, you have not much else. I'm in here searching for information. I'm searching for what else it can actually bring, because there's no Wi-Fi connect, right? So you can't connect to your phone. You can't interact with the oven and do anything through the app. It's not a remote start unit as well, right? So you don't have that function. You don't have that feature. So it's just a microwave with an oven that costs us $4 grand that we already talked about previously, that it's not really worth it. So the functions and features is not even that great. It's okay. It's not bad. And then they also have self-cleaning. Cool, self-cleaning is great. That's an additional feature there. So as far as the functions and the features, we're gonna keep it real funky and tell you, for this particular joint, for the function and features, I'm giving it a 3. I just don't really like it. You know what I mean? It's not a lot to desire. If you're gonna spend $4 grand, you want to give me something, and they're not really giving you much. All right, so the functions, we're gonna give it a 3. Parts, we're gonna give it a 4. Price, we give it a 2. Warranty, we gave it a 5. So you're looking at a score of 14 divided by 4. Yeah, so that's 3 point something something, right? So the overall grade that we're gonna give this joint, it is a C. That's what we're gonna give it. All right. So do we actually give our stamp of approval on this one? No, we do not. We're not doing that because it's not really worth it. Price is too high. Not a lot of functions and features as well on that joint, but it does have some good stuff that we can, if you like it, you can purchase it, but we do not recommend it, and we're going to give it a C as far as our overall grade and what we think of this joint. Alright, don't forget, man, subscribe to the channel. It's me, your boy, Richie Rich. Hit the notification, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, holler at your boy, hit me up. Our email information is going to be at the bottom of this link. You know what I mean? So you can let us know what you think and everything else. Make sure you're watching those videos and like the joint and share them as well, which is great, much needed. Alright, but outside of that, it's me, your boy, Richie Rich, man, at Consumer Appliance Support. You already know what it is, man. You help me, I help you. We both help each other. So next time, it's me, your boy, Richie Rich, and I'm out. Peace.